Assalamualaikum, we are from Group 13. We will present about Gombak LRT Terminal building collapse. The Gombak building collapse usually serves as a stark reminder to prioritize safety in the construction sector. CIDB emphasized the significance of safety and enforced regulations to prevent similar incidents. Examining the causes enables the implementation of preventive measures. CIDB educates stakeholders on the importance of safety, fostering a safety culture. This ensures protection, professionalism, and sustainable growth within the industry.
Next, I will explain about the example of failure. Structure failure refer to the collapse, multifunction, or inability of the physical structure to support the load. Structure failure can occur in different shapes of design, including beam, slab, rooftop, and also framework. First one is the poor quality building material. It refers the material that do not meet the requirement and specification for the construction. First, low-grade steel. The contractor use the low-grade steel because we want to reduce the cost. But we all know if we use the lower grade of steel, it can lower the tensile stress and its strength. Second, substandard concrete. The poor quality and measurement can lead the structural weakness and decrease lower bearing capacity. The second point is beam failure. Beam failure instead is very rare. This can be happen when the beam does not flat encounter refer to lateral torsional buckling. Since the pressure cannot apply to the center of the point, bending can be happen. For the last one, construction defect. Construction defect is any state is being that decrease work of construction. It will result of flaw in design.
Good day, my name is Mercy Panus, ID number AA19207. So now we will discuss about ethical issues. So we've seen a lot of justification for why an engineer has to be accountable so far. To prevent pointless issues, ethical engineers abide by norms of conduct. So, there are various ethical issues raised by the case study of the Gombak building collapse. Duty of care is the ethical duty of construction firms and engineers to guarantee the security of the structures and their design and build. If the collapse was brought on by carelessness, the bad building techniques or inadequate maintenance, it raises questions regarding the obligation of care to the residents and the safety of the general public. Next is transparency and accountability. So, the transparency and accountability of the construction company or the authorities in charge of overseeing and regulating building standards may raise ethical concerns. So, it is crucial to determine who is liable for any mistakes or wrongdoing during the building process and should keep them accountable for the results. Third one is economic considerations versus human safety. So when economic concerns take precedence over human safety, ethical quandaries can occasionally occur. So for example, if a structure collapses as a result of cost-cutting methods or the use of cheaper materials to increase profits, it raises questions about prioritizing monetary benefits over people's well-being. So lastly, building laws and regulations sufficiency. So the event may also raise ethical questions about the sufficiency of building laws and regulations. If the collapse was caused by gaps or flaws in current rules, so it raises concerns about whether the industry and regulatory organizations are doing enough to assure building safety and integrity. So basically, building collapse have far-reaching effects in addition to causing immediate deaths. In light of how the occurrence impacts the survivors, the relatives of the victims, and the community at large, ethical questions are raised. So to ensure the well-being of individuals impacted and to address any potential long-term medical, mental or financial consequences, adequate support Payment and help should be offered. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Syamah Ali bin Marafi, ID number AA19199. So my part is about the lack of professionalism. So the attitude, behavior and attribute that people in a certain profession or workplace are expected to post are referred to as a professionalism. So there is three. First is the poor communication. So for the poor communication, misunderstanding, disagreement, a lost productivity and a hostile work environment can result from poor communication at work. Next is the poor teamwork. Working a condition that don't promote good cooperation might result in a poor production, low moral, and strained relationship between team members, such as the role and duty that are unclear. Role and responsibility that are unclear can cause confusion and overlap in working. Last but not least, unreliable in inconsistent work, which is it may be aggravating and difficult to deal with work that is inconsistent and unreliable, such as document inconsistent, which is keep track of any occasion where tasks or aspects will meet. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. My name is Nurali Shafazu Metin Azam, matric number AA19195. I would like to talk about environmental impact. First is pollution. Construction collapse causes both air and water pollution. Harmful chemicals used during construction can be harmful to both workers and the environment. The building collapse will affect the quality of air with the air pollution from cement dust. Most times of the environment, we don't often bother about it and hardly assess the level of air pollution. But there are health hazards from inhaling such dust. Such dust can precipitate asthmatic attacks for people who are asthmatic. The dust can also lead to acute rhinitis. Second is waste. The construction and demolition of buildings generate vast amounts of waste, including concrete, steel, bricks, and other materials. According to the report by the World Green Building Council, the construction industry is responsible for approximately 40% of the world's carbon emissions and generates 30% of all waste. The waste from construction, collapse, and new infrastructure produces a lot of waste that ends up in landfills. Third is global warming. The environmental impact of construction contributes to global warming. Construction projects emit large amounts of carbon dioxide and methane. Infrastructure developments cause pollution and produce waste as the output of the construction industry multiples, so can its damaging effects. Now we move to the related act. CIDB is investigated the incident under the CIDB Act, Act 520, according to Section 34B(1)(c) of the CIDB Act. Contractors are responsible for ensuring the safety of the building and of construction works, both during and after the construction phase. The act that we have in Malaysia is Akta Keselamatan Kesihatan Pekerjaan 1994, Akta Kilang dan Jentera 1967, Peraturan Kilang dan Jentera Kelanian dan Kerja Kejuruteraan 1986 dan juga Garis Panduan bagi Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Awam di Tapak Pembinaan Jabatan Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerjaan 2007.
The conclusion, the Gombak building collapse tragedy highlights the importance of prioritizing safety in the construction sector. CIDB plays a crucial role in promoting a safety-first philosophy and enforcing regulations. The incidents underscore the need for true safety protocols, inspections, and ongoing training. Professional ethics issues are raised, emphasizing the importance of integrity in the construction industry. CIDB's proactive measures aim to cultivate a safety culture and prevent similar incidents in the future.